Yeah, definitely. I agree. Now I wanted to ask you, you are involved in boxing?
Yeah, I'm a boxing coach. I was an athlete, but I was raised in a boxing community from Brazil. Ever since I was 10 years old, I learned box from my father, who was a world champion. And I mean, I trained, but I began to teach boxing. I had some athletes with go Brazilian championships and were champions, South American champions, Pan American champions. I mean, world champions in the amateur divisions. So I navigate through these two places: the philosophy, the intellectual, into the martial arts places. It is very strong here in the black people. We love in Nordeste, in northeast of Brazil. We love boxing as you guys love American football, what you call football, or like we you see many people liking soccer. We like boxing right here. So it's definitely one of our passions. We use it to our self defense, but we use to construct our humanity because a lot of us don't have access to education, don't have access to socialization, healthy socialization. So those places, so sanctuaries, I like to call it, uh, build our humanity in a healthy way. So it's definitely one of the places we need to face when deal with those problems.
Okay, yeah. For the viewers who don't know, man, Brazil have some of the greatest fighters in the world. Them boys, they rough. They don't play down
Yeah.
there, man. So big shout out to
Yeah,
Brazil. Y'all
yeah.
doing y'all thing.
Recently,
Yeah.
we have one. Now we have two Olympic champions, né, gold Olympic champions, o Herbert Conceição, né, e o Robson Conceição, are two Olympic champions. We had Popó, Acelino Popó Freitas, won Hall of the Fame of the World Boxing class. We had Maguila, and but we have a lot of world champions, not in the top divisions, but boxing is something strong here too. Is
Oh yeah,
respected.
most definitely. Okay, now I wanted to ask you a question. Uh, it's a two-part question. So,
Okay.
you spoke about Pan-Africanism. Is that something that you believe in, and what does it mean to you when somebody says Pan-Africanism?
Man, it's a kind of spiritual for me more than the political struggle, which is more than necessary. Is a spiritual connections with our history because our education is fragmented. We learn in general we learn our history from the 15th century to now. So is it, we kind of feel ourselves as aliens. It looks like we pop up in the earth without history, without culture, and we learn from others about the others. Even our history is seen in third person. Pan-Africanism reconnect us with our history, our ancestors, reconnect us with our humanity because we know from where we came from, what is our history, why we are here, how we got here. So Pan-Africanism, before being a political movement of liberation, African liberation, of human liberation, because it's not one thing dealing just with the Africans. We have the indigenous people too. But before being a political movement of liberation, it is a spiritual movement of reconnection with our humanity. So for me, it's more than important. I don't take much time to the conceptual differences. I don't know if you're familiar, but we have different groups. We treat Pan-Africanism in different ways, but beside that, it is for all of them, no matter what you understand when you say Pan-Africanism, is a spiritual reconnection with our humanity, with our belonging in the planet Earth, and seeing the reality as ours, and seeing ourselves as capable of interfering in the reality.